So in the previous part, we talked about the minimum requirements for a computer for using Photoshop on. And I said, if you can get one that is better than the minimum requirements, even better. And so to build up on the PC that you already have, you need to have a number of input devices for you to use Photoshop effectively, or for you to do frequency separation effectively. And for out of these devices, two are the most necessary, and one of them is this guy down here. Sorry, I'm charging it. It ran out of juice while I was working on something, but let me just disconnect it. So this one right here is a mouse. Looks like that. Has RGB color like that. So this is a gaming mouse. And the difference from the other mouse is, number one, is the body form. Like you can see, it's a bit bigger, so it fits the hand a bit better. Then the keys are very soft to the hand. So if I bring it, where's the mic? You can hear it is not as loud as the other kinds of mouse that you know. So the reason is the buttons are a bit softer than the other ones, because they are made for gamers, and gamers are use this thing for a lot of time. So to reduce that finger fatigue, their buttons are a bit softer to touch. Then they also have some extra buttons. For example, I have these buttons here. These are a front and a back button that I can use when navigating my file or when browsing the internet. Okay, so these are chargeable mouse. You just have to charge it for some hours. It's going to give you some days of usage. And the cost of this was around 2,500. I got it on Jumia, but I think you can find it locally. Just look for, the brand is Free Wolf. You're going to see this kind of a logo, and just look for this gaming mouse. It is very nice. Also, for someone with big hands like mine, I think I have a big hand. Do I? It's able to fit nicely, and so when I hold it like this is how it looks. And I'm able to do my frequency separation nicely and easily. So for someone with a smaller hand, they might struggle with using this particular mouse. But if your hand is sizable or big like mine, you're going to have a good time using this mouse. And just to clarify, it is not as delicate as it may look. I've had this mouse for the last 5 or 6 years. Okay, so it's a nice buy, really worth it, and it makes using the computer, even not just a face, just using the computer, very enjoyable, because your fingers will not get tired. Okay, so then after the mouse, the reason for having the mouse is we are going to be doing a lot of small tweaks in Photoshop using frequency separation, and we are going sometimes to do up to 100 or 200 or 300 clicks per image. For someone who is using a computer, a laptop touchpad, they might have a lot of trouble doing that kind of motion using the touchpad. So even if you're using a laptop that has a touchpad, I still recommend you to add a mouse to your connection. And nowadays, a lot of laptops do not come with USB ports, so you might need to get something like this. Let me just unplug it. You might need to get something like this. These are a USB hub that you can use to connect USB devices in case your computer does not have a USB port. So you can get a USB hub that has a Type-C input on this side that you can use to connect maybe to your MacBook, or to modern day PCs that do not come with USB ports. So these are 4-port hub, 1, 2, 3, 4, that I use to connect some of my devices to the computer. So this is a card reader, this is a flash disk, this is a receiver for the wireless mouse. Okay, so that is it about the mouse. And in case you want to get better than the mouse, you can use what you call a graphic tablet. I do not use the tablet. I prefer using the mouse, but it comes with a pen, so it's just like using a stylus pen. And so instead of doing this, you're going to be doing this with your stylus pen on the photo, and it's going to be a nice way of working around it. I think maybe sometime in the future I might try it out and tell you guys how it works, but for the purpose of getting you there and for the purpose of working on a tighter budget, please work with a mouse, and if possible, please get a gaming mouse, because a gaming mouse has been made for long-term use as compared to the office mouse. It's going to be a bit more comfortable, it's going to be a bit more easy on your hands, and a bit more sizable. Okay, so then once you have your mouse, of course you need your keyboard. Okay, because some of the steps that they're going to be doing in frequency separation are going to be making use of the mouse, and at the same time making use of the keyboard also. So you also need to have a nice keyboard. And just like we said, when you getting the mouse, a gaming mouse is good. We also have gaming keyboards, okay, that come with longer keys that have softer travel, and some of them also backlit, so that you don't have to add light here like me for you to see in your keyboard when it is dark. Okay, so if you can get a gaming keyboard, do that. I used to have one, but I spilled tea on it and I'm yet to replace it. So I now I just use a normal HP Slim business keyboard, and it works just fine for me. So that's what you need in terms of input devices. Number one, at least get a mouse. Even if you're using a laptop with a touchpad, there's a reason why I really recommend for you to have a mouse, because the kind of motion that you're going to be using to mix our images and clone them cannot be easily done using your touchpad. Okay, so the mouse is going to be better on your hands. It's going to be faster for you to work with. Okay, then in case you want to get something better, instead of the mouse, you can get a graphic tablet that you can use a stylus pen to input your commands and your strokes to the software. Then after that, be sure to have a keyboard. Like I said, a gaming keyboard is good, but even an office keyboard can still work nice. So if it does not have a backlight, you might need to add a bit of backlight like I have, for you to work on that particular keyboard when it is not bright and sunny like it is during the day. So that is it about your input devices. Number one, have a mouse. Then number two, have a nice keyboard, because they're going to be using a lot of these to give the commands and do the strokes and the brushes as you are doing a frequency separation in Photoshop. So that is it about this particular video. See you in the next one as I talk about sitting position.